Welcome back to the Facebook Ad Kingdom by Rats Pack Media. I'm your host, Morty Rapp. And this fine fellow over here, his name is Azriel Rats. He is the founder of Rats Pack Media. And it has been a while since we recorded one of these because we tripled up the last time we did one.
We have been traveling all around.
We traveled all around. We saw the world. We made zero mistakes.
And not a single mistake was made, except
that
recording less videos together than we should have.
There should have been more videos, but we're going to make it up to you by recording more videos.
Maybe
we'll record 2 this week. Should we go there?
That's really up to the listeners.
If the listeners demand it, they shall receive. Today, we are going through some more brands. We're going to give you guys some new insights. And we're going to give you a shocking revelation that despite BFCM around the corner,
which stands for Black Friday, Cyber Monday, for those unfamiliar with the terms.
If you don't know what that is, you shouldn't be listening to this podcast. Can I at least say that?
Or you maybe even more, you have to listen to this podcast. How much money you're leaving on the table if you don't know the phrase Black Friday, Cyber Monday. But some retailers will be making great product, Morty.
You know what? You bring up a great point. I shouldn't be so judgmental. That's something I'm trying to work on.
Good.
Thank you, Rabbi. Now, here's the thing. We always have at least 3 brands that are running a whopping 0 ads or less. Can one run negative ads? No, they cannot. I just find it shocking that, around the corner, this is probably the primetime money-making, next couple weeks is the moment. So somebody not running ads just still shocks me. But I would love to open up by just jumping right into our first brand. The first brand, by the way, is a stroller brand known as Colugo. And I have to say, as a father of 4, I have been, and maybe Israel, maybe you relate, on the stroller research purchasing deluge. Have you ever been down that rabbit hole?
I have been down that for 100%.
I've spent many a monies on strollers. I'm a proud owner of 4 strollers. Currently. Well, maybe we got rid of 2, but we had 4 in circulation. 1 stroller for the airport, 1 stroller for sitting in the car, 1 stroller for having 2 kids, and 1 stroller for 1 kid.
That's a lot more strollers than I honestly only have 2 kids, and I'm pretty sure I currently own more than 4 strollers.
You see, there's a big world of stroller purchasing out there.
I feel like you just mentioned a whole bunch of things. I'm like, wait, I probably also have I think we had at a time a beach stroller and a travel stroller, and then we had the day-to-day stroller, and then we had we were taking it on the weekend. We didn't want to schlep such a heavy stroller. Yeah, for sure. We had a ton of strollers.
Well, that's
too many strollers.
How are they targeting and selling?
Well, they're not. That's I think what we concluded is they are physically not targeting anything. They're just simply posting online and hoping people will buy their product. But we're ready to jump in here. Let me share my screen while I attempt to share my screen. Except that there's this funny little pop-up on my screen that's blocking me from pressing buttons. Okay, we are almost there to be able to show.
A 1990s pop-up?
Here we are. No, just something fixed your face. I tried a bunch of times fixing my face. Unfortunately, this is the best I could do. So here is the company. And they sell, as you mentioned, strollers. But they're actually not done with strollers. And I think I want to mention that fact, that they actually do more than that. So they sell here this stroller. And as we mentioned, there are a bunch of different reasons why you would need a stroller. So here's the one stroller, and I believe it's the versatile, does a whole bunch. And then there's the compact, exactly what we were talking about, the lightweight, easy to travel with. And then you have the one that is for smaller kids with the bassinet, and it has an attachment to it. And then it keeps going because they also sell, if you get past all the strollers, they have carriers and they have bags and they have all these things. This is, I guess, a dad diaper bag. Doesn't really look like a dad diaper bag, but it sure looks like there's a dad in the picture. And then they have all these accoutrements, and they even have hand warmers, and it keeps going. It's all these additional accessories for your stroller, because strollers have a lot of things that they need. They the clip-on, extra bag space, and here's even harnesses, and it just keeps going. They sell all this stuff on top of just the stroller, and it's not even necessarily like, oh, you own our stroller, let's also sell you other stuff. What I want to do is jump over to their Instagram and note that they have just about 65,000 followers. And as we mentioned, for every one follower, you have about 4 engagers, likes, comments, shares, messages, saves, visitors. So that's another like 210,000, something around that number, users. And then they have all these videos, and these videos have not, this one has 300,000 views. This one has 1,000,000 views. And so 40,000. And so on top of all of the followers, they also have these video views. Now, here's the catch, if you will, about people that buy strollers, is that they buy strollers at like one time in their life, and then again in a whole bunch of years, unknown to you. There's no like, oh, it's every 18 months. It's something, there's no way to really know. And also, like, they're in the market for a stroller, and then they're not. Like, it's almost like buying a mattress. Like, you buy a mattress once, and then it could be years before you buy another mattress. And I think it's important to understand that buying cycle when it comes to targeting with ads, because it means that those people who just visited your site like 20 days ago, in the last 20 days, those are super relevant people that are definitely worth retargeting 100%. So, for example, if I was running this brand, the first thing I'd want to be is a Google ad, because they're searching and I want to show up early on. I want like pretty good SEO. I want good Google ads so that I'm showing up. And then I want to make sure that I'm talking to those people as many times as possible. I want to collect their email. I want to target them with Facebook ads. I want to be posting and showing up, whatever, send them SMSs, whatever I could do, because now's go time. If they don't buy from me now, they will buy from someone else, and then they will no longer need this product again. But because we're selling all of these other stuff, if I know that they just bought a stroller, it ain't over, because I can still sell them all of that other stuff we just talked about, the diaper bag. Because guess what? People buy a lot of diaper bags. If I own 4 strollers, I probably own like 10 diaper bags, right? And so you're always looking for a good diaper bag. You're always looking for a good accessory in the winter for your stroller. Even if I don't buy this specific stroller company, I might go and buy their stroller accessories, because I could use it most of the time for almost any other stroller. So that's a big opportunity to target all of your other stuff to those people. So for sure, we need to be having retargeting ads, people that came to the site, let's say more than 30 days ago, to target them for all of these additional accessories, because these things are not cheap. This is a $100 bag. This is a $45 fanny pack. Right? These are actually, I think this is not a fanny pack. This is an attachment, as I was just talking about, attachments to the stroller, right? And this is like $75 blanket. Like, that's what this thing is. And so these are all big opportunities to retarget those people, to get them to come back and buy something else. But on top of that, they should be doing that directly on the site too, right? And so you're here and you're buying a stroller, and what they do, which is a little interesting, is that on the add to cart page, if we're going to choose one of these things, we're going to add to cart. And at this moment, this is where I'd want to try to sell them maybe seasonal product. So in the winter, I want to show them those hand warmers and the blanket and whatever, all those things. But in the summer, I could show them those bags. I could show them all those other additional
or the
nothing
mats, right?
Here
the spring mat for the park or whatever.
Right, for sure. Nothing's happening here in the cart. It's only later when I get to the checkout page. They have this little section on the bottom, unless I'm thinking about a different brand. No, right here, you might also like, and it's exactly what we were just talking about. It happens to be, it's getting close to summer. To winter right now when we're recording, but these are just like random assorted products. The problem is that if you look at it on mobile, which is how most people are looking on your site, they are not seeing this thing. It's way too low. Like, you're here, you're not getting to this
now, and then it's over. Yeah,
you're not. So they're losing out on it. This is a great idea. This execution on it is not great, because you're missing out on selling it to people right here in the cart. They're anyways here. Show them additional products, maybe even on a pop-up on this page. Hey, we see you're buying a thing. Let us show you all these additional accessories. This cart is already a really great average cart value, $325. Anything above this is gravy, right? And so to be able to sell them a $75 bag on top of this, is a really, to me, it's a no-brainer. And actually, like, there's this whole psychology that's done when it comes to selling cars. I don't know the last time you bought a new car. I don't buy new cars, but if you've ever bought a new car, you go to the store and they try to sell you like a $30,000 car, right? But then what they do is they mention to you like, hey, I don't know if they do this anymore, but like, do you want a CD player? Do you want XM radio? Do you want like whatever this additional seat warmer? And so if you actually think about like how much does it typically cost me back in the day to buy like a CD player, what were they, like $25? I don't know, something like not crazy. But to put one in your car was like $400. How could they get away with selling such an expensive CD player? How could they get away with like XM radio? I'm going to spend all this money for like this ability to listen to XM radio, whatever it is. What they found out is that when people are already buying something relatively expensive, they don't mind throwing in something that typically would be priced very little, but it's sort of like there's like this price distortion that happens to the user. Like, oh, what's another $50? I'm already spending 500, right? And so here specifically in this moment, trying to sell them $100 bag is almost like nothing because they're already committing to spending $300, $400, $500 on this stroller. Having them upsell all these additional things right here on the cart to me is a really big lost opportunity, and I think they're probably losing out on like a 20 to 35% additional average cart on whatever it is they're currently selling to upsell those products, like an enormous amount of money. Like they could easily be getting, if typical average cart's 300, I could imagine them getting to like 375 to 425 just by adding that one pop-up, both here, and while I didn't actually do an order, on the post-checkout, the post-purchase thank you page also is a really great place to leverage that. And there are quite a few tools that are useful to leverage for that sort of thing. Now, when I go to their Instagram and I talk about what ads would I want to run, I want someone that I feel like I could trust to tell me about this product. And so what I want is I want to see a whole bunch of tagged reviews. So like I'm going here, and this is just like an average person, Reagan, she has 1,500 followers. She's not benefiting from talking about this what's it called? This stroller here in the first shot. But that's who I want to trust because I'm about to put my child in this stroller and you want to make sure that it has all those big reviews. Like this is not a big giant brand name. They're not, a Gerber. They're not what's the company called? I don't remember.
I don't know. Is Peg Perego still a thing?
Perego, yeah. Like those big giant brands that everyone's heard of. So if I want to be trusted, I need to build that trust by just having the average Mary Jane talk about my products. And that's what I want to see in the videos. Now it happens to be they have this video here and it's just like, it's a feature of the stroller. Like, look, that was great. It took this woman 2 seconds and she was able to fold the stroller up and it's like a great thing to feature in it. But what I want is I want to be able to tell people, hey, I feel safe and secure in putting my child in this random company that I've never heard, that you've never heard of before, right? Like the likelihood is targeting these people you've never heard of this random smaller company. This isn't $1 billion publicly traded company that everyone's heard of. So I want to leverage as much UGC as possible. And it looks like they do a pretty decent job in here of getting random people. This isn't just like the owner in the videos. This is just random people talking about the stroller. And I believe that that's exactly what they need in ads. So to think they're already making the content, Morty. So they have the great average cart. They have the traffic to their site. They have the upsells. All they got to do is add that thing on the checkout page. They have all this content, all these amazing videos. And guess what? These don't age. This isn't like a dress company where in next season they can't sell the products. These parents are always going to need strollers. And they're always going to need those additional upsells. They're always going to need the baby carrier. They're always going to need, and so to be here to be able to show people exactly the right product in the time of, oh, they just bought the diaper bag, great, sell them the other thing. Like just be able to keep moving on in the buying cycle, get users to come back, and because they do have this larger group of products, not just this one specific product, they're able to sort of live in this period of that age for the child. And guess what? There's actually a targeting option. where they could target parents of specific ages like 3 to 5 or 1 to 3 or under 6 months. All these are targetable Facebook targeting options to reach these mothers or the fathers right exactly in this time when they're looking. And that's when you need to get to them. And even if you lost out on the opportunity to sell the higher, bigger ticket product, you could still be there to sell all the other stuff. So all in all, I think there's a huge opportunity, easy targeting, existing content, high average order value, amazing potential upsells, and they should be making a whole lot more money by leveraging Instagram and Facebook ads, if you ask me.
I think that's a great point. And maybe I'll end with one more thing. There's also something interesting that I mentioned at the beginning that I think is extremely valuable. When we think about people who do purchase strollers, I would say, and I wonder if I could back this up with data, the average stroller owner owns more than one stroller, at least nowadays, right? Like the millennial age, and I guess eventually Gen Z is going to become parents. They're right around the bend. They're now becoming parents, right? Like
Right.
they're going to own more than one stroller over their lifetime. So you actually probably have, I don't know how long, how you might get a full decade worth of buyer loyalty, or at least a single buyer within that. It's not just going to be for a first time parent and that's it.
You know who
So
would
there are
have
a
this
lot of
data?
other windows. What?
You know who would have the data that you're talking about?
The internet.
The company that sells strollers. If anything, they themselves should know this opportunity, Morty, because they're sitting on all the data of all their previous purchasers and they can see, oh, on average, this is how long people wait to have kids, and this is how often do they rebuy from me, or do they buy from someone else? Are they buying just the accessories? Do they keep the stroller from kid to kid? They would have all this data. Like imagine all of a sudden they have the data where they sold a product, like I don't know how old this company is, but like they sell this product in 2005. And then all of a sudden in 2008 or 9, the person comes back and starts buying all the accessories, right? Because while the stroller might last me 10 years like you're talking about, it's likely that the blanket or the diaper bag or whatever probably didn't. So I need to come back. They would actually have this data like, oh, maybe we could start like surfacing content again to these people that had purchased from us before and just came to our website, and now we kind of know they're back in it. Like start sending them like almost welcome emails again. I don't know if you
Yeah.
there's this company, I can't recall the name of it, but it's owned by Gerber, and what they do is they get you in like as you find out you're pregnant, and you like put in your email address, and they ask like, oh, how pregnant are you? And then they'll send you these updates like, oh, your baby's like the size of like a cantaloupe or a watermelon or grapes, I don't know, whatever. And they tell
Yes,
you all
I've
these
heard of
things,
these.
but then they never stop. They just send you emails forever. Oh, you have a 9-year-old? Let us tell you about 9-year olds. Wow. And all, like, you're just like, my wife's still getting emails from this company from the week she's like found out she was pregnant with this kid, and now he's 10 years old. And you're like getting
Are
like
they,
tips on how to raise 10-year olds. You're getting toy
are
ideas.
they still rating them by vegetable size at that point?
I do believe he is the size of one large pumpkin now. Excellent question. So basically, they just never stop because they have products for sale forever. And as long as the kid is, still like he needs clothes, guess what? He's going to come to us. And so they build this brand loyalty forever because, once you buy that first product, that person, they've got a baby, right? And maybe you would even have on like the email, did you buy this for yourself or a gift? And so now like, oh, maybe like I don't even
Right,
have to talk to,
exactly.
and you could literally like sort these people, and you could talk them in different ways based on, how relevant they are to be a buyer again. But they're the ones sitting on the data. I don't have this data. They have this data. And so they would
Yeah,
be the ones to know how much they should be pushing to talk to people a bunch of more times because they themselves are collecting money from these users and seeing that they're repurchasing. Maybe even they have to, hire a VA and just like see if any addresses sort of match up. Like, hey, like this family member is buying, and the husband's buying, the wife's buying, the sister's buying, they're all like here in the same like zip code with the same last name or something, and start connecting some dots and maybe get some good analysis on how much people buy in a lifetime. Like I was just talking to a potential client, and they're like, yeah, the order value on the first purchase is $120. I'm like, okay, well, what's the lifetime of the buyer? And they're like 20 years, and they come every 3 months.
wow.
Right. So now all of a
Incredible.
sudden it's worth paying $200 to get a sale, even though I'm losing money on that first sale, because as long as I can, figure out how to keep that person in my ecosystem, they're going to keep coming back and buying more.
Absolutely. I think my point was just really more of this, like I was just thinking about, again, only within my friend group as my, as a small pod here, but like all of us are owners of multiple brands of strollers,
Yeah.
meaning throughout the lifetime of my parenthood, I have owned four different brands of strollers, which sounds crazy to me.
It sounds like
So
an
that's an
opportunity for
interesting
more money.
opportunity, meaning what?
Opportunity for money. You're saying even if you already own a stroller, if there's a stroller that does something that yours doesn't do, then you would potentially buy that
Absolutely.
stroller and you would be willing to spend 100, 200, 300, $400 for
Well,
that
I did. I
accessory.
owned $1,000 worth of strollers, at least. Different brands. I just find that to be a weird thing. That's all I'm saying.
And then the world keeps turning. We sell more.
Let us move on to our second brand of the day, not at all related to babies, although
No babies.
in in theory, you can wear these while having a baby inside you. This is a yet another jeans brand called Flying Monkey Jeans.
That was definitely an interesting pitch.
I'm trying to segue. You see how it flows?
Um, it definitely flowed in some direction. These are just normal jeans for normal people. If you have a baby, we're not judging you. I shared the wrong screen on here.
I like it though.
It's very meta.
These are baby or not related
Baby
jeans.
or not,
That's
this is
what.
it's your own decision. You get to make the decision about how you like to wear these jeans. I'm sure they're not picky about if you're going to buy the jeans. Okay, so this is flyingmonkeyjeans.com. Just a very funny name for a brand, and their homepage is very interesting. Do you know why their homepage is very interesting, Morty?
It seems like pretty simple. There's no pricing. There's no like buy now, add to
There's
cart,
no
anything like
products.
that.
There's no products on the homepage. There's nothing to buy. Like it shows, they definitely sell jeans. That's I can very basically verify that they sell jeans. But this is actually their Instagram. If you click
Yeah.
on any of these pages, you are brought not even. It just shows you a post of their Instagram. Can I get to their
Do you
Instagram?
think this is? Do you think that's like an auto feed?
Yeah, for sure. This is just probably just some plugin, and the plugin just updates with their newest or organic post on Instagram. But
That's pretty
this is
crazy.
almost like a waste of space. Like I tell people all the time, and we probably mention this page on a bunch of times online. This is Gymshark. I love Gymshark's landing page. If Gymshark wants Facebook ads, I'm sure they're settled. But here's their page. Okay, this video pretty much seems unnecessary, but guess what it is? It's winter related, which is really great. But then underneath, products right in here, $40, the name, the sizing. I could order directly from here. We're not going to talk about Gymshark. We're going to jump back into the site. But this seems like a very large waste of potentially sending traffic to this landing page because I will tell you that anyone that gets here, you're losing 20% of the people buying just by the fact that you can't look at products right here on the page. There is no reason why you can't add just between these two boxes bestseller products. Why make them click extra? So interestingly, that's where they send people on their Instagram. And I would much rather send people to either the shop now button, the shop all, the new arrivals, or bestseller. Pick any of these three. It is a better place to send people in every click than this homepage. I don't see any reason why I'd ever want to send people to this homepage. It to me is a very large lost opportunity. So now
Is there a number, just before we continue? Is there a number for like the amount of clicks from, let's say, landing page or from homepage or whatever, of like the decreased amount of sales you can make?
every additional click drops conversion rate by 20, like 10 to 30%. Every additional click, not just going
Wow.
to another landing page. And I'll give you a really great example, which just left my brain, but it's going to come back any second now. So I'm running ads for this totally different company. They are running apps, they're app downloads. They're just trying to run app installs. And we were running into an issue that we couldn't directly send traffic. There was an issue with their SDK. Don't need to technically bog down any problems here, but basically we couldn't send ads directly to the app install page on Apple. So what they did was they created a landing page and it just had the logo of the page, maybe some like call to action and a button to go to the App Store to download. That was it. Nothing so crazy, just a very straightforward landing page. And what we found was that page was losing about 40% of the users from clicking. There was nothing else to do except just click and get to the App Store. When we finally resolved that technical issue, we started running the ads directly to the App Store. All of a sudden, conversions were 40% higher than they were when we were sending to that landing page. And all there was to do was just click to that additional page. I've consulted on dozens of companies just like this one, where, as an example, they see that the average user only buys one product. And that might be true here with this sort of company where they're just buying one. You pick whatever brand, company you want, product you want. You went and you said, this is the one I want, this $89. And you go and you order, and I don't want to look at any other products. I just want to buy this product. Send me the cart. Let me buy. Great and fantastic. It happens to be I was already playing around on this page before. And it's just it. This is what I want to buy. Leave me alone. I want that process to be as smooth as possible. So, for example, on the client that I consulted on, their button here brought to cart, not to checkout. And so just eliminating that step of bringing people to the cart page is something that is not necessary. What are you doing on that page? There's nothing to do here. You buy the one product, you are happy with this one, get them to check out as fast as possible, the fewest number of clicks as possible, and that will improve your conversion rate by a significant number, like 10+% increase in conversion by just eliminating one more button press. So to me, they should never be sending people to that homepage. They should send people to either pick the shop all the new arrival to the bestseller. How would I just determine where to send people to? I would just go into my Google Analytics or Shopify Analytics and just see what the conversion rate to purchase is for these 3 pages and just pick one. And if I want to test maybe every quarter, I want to put some budget in the other 2, I could play around, but really don't think about it. Just pick one and just start sending traffic there. It is definitely 100%, with 100% certainty, better than sending to the homepage. Great. So now we're on this page. And there's a whole bunch of styles on here, and I for sure cannot tell the difference between one and the other here. Like I see, like some of them have pockets, some of them have rips, some of them have like additional things that I don't really want to comment on because I don't actually know the difference between all of these products. But the user is going to browse through and be like, that's the one I want. They're going to get to the checkout page. They're going to add to cart. They have this nice little upsell of free unlimited returns. I'm not sure why I need unlimited. If I should probably need just one. How many times do I need to return the product? But
looks like it's auto. It's not an upsell. It's auto placed in the cart. You have to remove it.
Remove it. Correct. It's auto placed in the cart, and then you come in, and in the cart page, there's nothing happening because I assume that the average person just picks that one product to buy and nothing else, and they move on with their life, and they bid $100 and done and finished, and they're leaving the site, and that's it. The thing is that we talked about this before, that they find there's a bunch of these tools that we mentioned in the past, rebuy, after sell. There's a bunch of these other tools where on the thank you page they can sell again. And what they found is that offering the very same product again, like I just spent 20 minutes picking out the exact pair of jeans that I want. How often would I just buy the same one? Not even a different color, just like I want to have 2 pairs, right? And so just having on the thank you page, I don't know if they do or don't. I'm not going to buy a pair of jeans to find out, but 100% they should be having on the thank you page. Just buy it again. Maybe even offer a 10% off coupon on that page because they already bought. They throw that into cart. Great, amazing, fantastic. Now I'm going to come to their Instagram. I'm going to tell you that this Instagram, it has some amount of followers, but nothing here like speaks to me and says like, wow, this is an engaging Instagram page. 90% of these images appear to me just studio images. None of this feels like a real life experience that they got people posting pictures of their product. All of these feel like they got a model to take a picture and they posted about it on the internet. When you go to the tagged, they have a couple of people like this picture here. At least it looks like it's a real person, right? Like find this woman, right? She has 8 followers. She'd be pumped for you to use this video on your Instagram page as an ad, right? And you're not. Like these are just regular old people. Here's a regular lady, Mandy. Mandy has 3,000 followers. She probably would be super excited to have your video. Here's another person. I think this is actually a brand, so maybe not this brand, but like you could do this all day long. And what they should do 100% is include in the box, in the product, in the shipped order, incentivize users to leverage posts online. Like they just spent $100 on your store. They like your product enough to pay $100. They would want to tag you. And I would include in here some branded tag to get people to use it. And then I would reach out manually or maybe set up some automation to every single person that tags your brand, whether it's using the hashtag. They do have a hashtag. Didn't even notice it. It was hiding. Let's click on it and see how if there's people using it. And I would go and reach out to these people. All of these also look like their model pictures, right? This doesn't look like here, maybe one here. And this is actually in a this is a boutique. Is this a person? This is a person, 1,000 followers. So I would go through these and I would reach out to these people and be like, hey, can I use your picture? Because you know what sells the best to people? People like them. Showing off people like them in their feed. Be like, hey, this is just a person just like me. Maybe I want to buy these pants. This woman doesn't have 1 million followers, but if you incentivized your users to share with their friends online and tagged you in Instagram, you'd be sitting on a whole lot more content to use for ads. And how many ads do you say they're running?
They are running, if I'm not mistaken, I think they were running 0.
0 ads. So therefore, it's true that they could probably leverage these organic posts they're posting, but they don't feel so exciting to me. These aren't like posts that I'd expect to do so incredibly well. And their number of likes kind of speak for themselves. This one has 8, 16, 11. Like none of these are screaming, wow, what amazing, fantastic content. So there is some work for them to do to leverage for content creation. But guess what? They should be able to run what's called the DPA, dynamic product ad, where they just take a feed of carousel of products. They can get this ad up right now, like really like direct right now, $10 a day, running ads to those users that have been to their site, that haven't bought, come back, shop more. Right now, they can have those ads up. And then over the next couple of months, build on getting a cadence of people actually tagging them in posts and figuring out how to leverage that content for ads. Because I think that they have a nice average cart. They have a product that looks like it's quality. They're sitting right now on potentially like 100,000 people they could target for ads. And if they improve these things, there's a lot of money for them to make. And that's what they should do.
Nice. I like that. I'm still always impressed by the amount of jeans company in the D2C space.
So many jeans, so little time.
So many jeans. A lot of jean makers out there. Are you ready for the next brand?
Let's do it.
All right. Through the third brand, ladies and gentlemen, the third brand that we are going to be talking about today is a brand called Hardtail Forever. It's got a little bit of yoga, a little bit of activewear. Let's check it out. Let's just see what's going on. And obviously, they don't seem to love Facebook ads.
So this is Hardtail. Forever.com.
I don't get it.
And it's definitely a different material than your normal. Is it sharing? Oh, there it is. So it's definitely a different material than you'd expect from like the typical athletic products, which is just an interesting twist on maybe they stand out in this way. I'm not sure. I don't personally buy this product, so I'm not able to say if this is the material that I want. But what I do note is that this company right here on the top says that they have a sale right now. 50% off all sale items, automatically discounted. And so if I come to theirs, that means that right now, today, they are actively running a sale, Black Friday, 50% off all these items. So if this item is $85, get it for $42. And they don't have any Facebook ads. Like we went in and it says right here on their Facebook, if this loads very slowly, it says that this account does not have any Facebook ads. You'll have to believe me because it's just not running. But here in this empty abyss of white screen, when it loads, the Facebook page says, no, here it is. This page is not currently running any ads. So this company's been around for a long time. They're almost 15 years old. And they have about 100,000. They have 3 people managing the page, about 70,000 followers on Facebook, and another 30,000 or so on Instagram, 25,000. But they're really not doing very much online. Like there are people posting about them. This is what we mentioned in the other brand. We want to just see like the average normal person. Like these are just the regular everyday person using their products in everyday life. Here's a person on a hill, right? And these are images that they could be leveraging for ads right now. And it's interesting if you note that it just says here posts and tagged, and it's missing the middle button, which typically says reels, because they don't have any reels. They've never posted a video on Instagram. They only post images. And if you go to their Facebook,
Right, and they're a
right,
yoga brand, so it's not even that hard. Just do like a yoga
or just a
segment, or do
try
like a
on, something.
running, sequence,
And
or
and
whatever.
and they have these photos that um they have these photos here of just, these are just link ads. They're just link posts. They're just not even any text on it. They haven't posted in a very long time. This is 2021. Is this business still in business? Still in business.
Still in business. You could
Oh,
shop. You could add to cart and buy.
so that means that they're sitting now on 100,000 people that follow them, which means about 400,000 engagers. Now, I don't know if that's true because the last time they posted on their Facebook was years ago. They might not have much engagement on Facebook. This 70,000 followers might be lost. Like they might have to now start reposting and getting people to start, talking about them again. But if any time in the year to do that is now, right? Right now, they have 100,000. They have an email list. They have followers. They have website visitors.
That's
Run
it.
traffic. Run Facebook ads. Get people to this site. And even if you don't have content to use, now is just the time to take any piece of content. Take whatever you have, a product still in stock. I don't know why this Instagram's not loading, and just leverage that content right now to the existing followers. Let's see, the last time this was posted was they're posting on Instagram. Two days ago they posted, right? So that's it. That was the last post, was 2 days ago. Maybe they just restarted the brand after like months of not having. And it says, it's been years since I've seen an ad. Welcome back, right? So it seems like maybe they just have
Huh.
been on break and now
Look
they're
at
ready to
that.
go. Now might be the perfect time for them. If they have these products still available, just take these posts. These are very, very old posts, but if they still have the product available 273 weeks ago from 2019, the product's still available. Guess what? When you run an ad, it won't say the date on it. So to
Wow.
me, there's a big opportunity here right now. Black Friday season, they have the followers, they have the product, they have the content. Get something up, get something running, and make a lot of money, even without having to make tweaks. Make some money now, worry about it later. That's my opinion on this.
I like that. Get some quick wins right in there. Okay. Interesting yoga brand. Quite surprising with that. Sometimes I always think like, what really is going on behind the company? Like maybe the company's trying to sell. Maybe someone just bought them, and like that's why there's like such a big
Yeah,
gap,
I
and like they're
mean,
trying to
like
retweak the
actually,
whole
that
thing. Like it
that
is
maybe the
possible.
selling or buying. I mean, I don't know anything about this brand at all, but you imagine that someone's like, "Hey, can I just do anything with this?" And they're just like, "Let's see what happens if I post."